What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in Forza Horizon 2 taking a look at the 2015 Porsche Macan Turbo. Now, this thing is kind of a crossover that slots in under the Porsche Cayenne, and it's actually a really cool little vehicle. Now, I've never driven this thing before, I've never done a build of one before, and we're going to do a couple of light modifications to it, like wheels, tires, a little bit to the power. We're not going to modify it like crazy, but like I said, we're going to do a few things to it and see what we can get out of it. So, let's see how this thing drives. First, I think the biggest thing that I'm, I wouldn't say concerned about with this car, but the thing that I'm kind of iffy on about it is the fact that it is a crossover. It does have a slightly higher center of gravity than a lot of people would like for a Porsche, but, and I think we're going to go with it in white, because white does look really, really good, but, they did do a really good job with the Cayenne, making it, I guess you could say making it outperform the expectations that a lot of people may have had about it. So, and also with the all-wheel drive system in this car, I'm kind of curious to see how it holds up compared to the all-wheel drive system of, say, that of like a sports car, like a dedicated sports car. So, first of all, let's see completely stock. Let's get it out on the road and see how it launches. Well, actually, before we see how it launches, let's see how it sounds stock, and then we'll put a race exhaust on it and see how it sounds after. Let's launch it at about 4,500. Wow! It's not the fastest from 0 to 60, but it does get off the line with very little drama at all. Like, it just goes. Just digs in and takes off. Now, once we add a little bit more power, we will see, obviously, we'll see some more gains from the launch. But, and we'll see improvements in the 0 to 60 as well. So, first of all, we're going to go ahead and do the brakes. We are also going to lower it as much as we can. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Much better. That's how much down? It's, let's go back to the stock height. It's like 1.28 inches down. So, let's see. Actually, you know what? We'll come back to the drivetrain stuff because we're going to do wheels and tires, and then we're going to do a little bit of power. And I'm not too sure about doing race tires. Let's actually stick with, well, actually, you know what? Since we're going for more of a handling build with this thing, we are going to go with race tires. Now, stock, it's got 265s in the front and 295s in the rear. Now, I'm going to leave that stock size because we're not increasing the power dramatically. We're just adding a little bit more. So, we won't really need too much of an increase in tire size. So, for wheels, it's definitely going to be a certain set of HREs. I'm just not sure which one yet. Wow, those fit it nicely. Those fit it quite nicely, actually. You know what? I'm thinking that we might go with... these, because these have a really nice concave look to them. The P104s. We may change the color a little bit, though. But that's something we can do later on after the initial build is done. Just making sure that Forza Aero is the only... Yeah, okay. I'm not putting that that wing on. I'm not a fan of that particular wing. So, let's do a little bit to the power. Race intake, that bumps us up to 418 horsepower. No, sorry, 414 horsepower. Sorry. 414 horsepower and 419 pound-feet of torque. Race exhaust, we're sitting at 437 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque. And let's do a lightweight flywheel, just to make the responsiveness a little bit better. And we will do race turbos, which puts us right about 537 horsepower and 542 pound-feet of torque. And I didn't do, for example, I didn't cam it because I didn't want to change the initial, the original response of it, because if you cam it, then that's going to make it a lot more, make a lot more power up in the top end, but at the same time, you're going to lose a little bit of that, well, you won't lose torque, but you're going to gain a lot more horsepower than you will torque, and it's going to kind of upset that balance just a little bit, and it might not be an upset, it might be fine, but I do want to test that later on just to see after testing basically what we've done is an improvement on the standard setup, the original setup, before we start really trying to change it up a whole bunch. So, let's go ahead and see, let's do carbon fiber mirrors. There we go. And can we change the color of that wing at all? No, not really, not at all. The wheels. Now, since we have a white car, we can really play around with the wheel color and get something kind of cool. So, I'm actually really liking that orange. That orange really sets it off. But again, you can do a green, you can do whatever you want. If you've got a white car to start with, then you can really do whatever wheel color you want, and it'll almost always look good, depending on what color you go with. You know, honestly, that dark purple doesn't look too bad at all. But I'm still a big fan of this blue. That blue is very bright. It sets it off really nice. It's kind of like an electric blue almost. That looks really good. That looks really good. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that. We'll see how it looks with a carbon fiber hood. I doubt we're going to do one. Yeah, it doesn't suit the look. It doesn't suit the look. But we're going to save this design to the current car. And it's not really a design. We just changed the color of the wheels a little bit. But we're going to take it out and see how it does, see how it handles, see how it drives. And we should see a decent improvement in straight line power, but we should also see an improvement in braking and handling because we upgraded pretty much all of the applicable categories. Now, we didn't do a full build by any means, but I wanted to make this a little bit more of a kind of a balanced build. So let's go ahead and start with another launch, and we'll see how it does from 0 to 60 now compared to how it did before. It's quite a bit faster. Quite a bit. I actually like the interior view. The only thing about the interior view is it's very similar to a 911, except for the fact that you are a whole lot higher up off the ground. And it's kind of weird to see this dash in something that is, I wouldn't say it's really high, but something that is this high. You're like, this isn't right, but at the same time, you get used to it. And the turn-in is very responsive. It's, wow. Not expecting that. Oh, recover it. There we go. Yeah, just recover it and go. You're good. See how it does on this corner. This corner is a really good corner for judging turn-in characteristics. And also, it's a good corner for judging the fact that I turned in way late and braked way late. So, let's try that one more time. Really, really, really nice. I like it. I actually like this car a lot. I like the way it looks, and it's just it's nice the fact that because of the fact that the way it drives backs up the way it looks. It looks great, and it actually drives a lot better than you might think for what it is. Especially considering the fact that it's kind of marked as a, like, category-wise in the real world, it's marked as a crossover SUV. And when a crossover SUV can handle this well and brake this well and go this fast, you know that they've done something right. And I think they really did do something right with this car. I really like again, I think it's again one of those weird cars that you kind of discount immediately because you're like, oh, that would never be good. That's just not gonna work. It's not gonna be good. It's just gonna be slow. It's gonna be boaty. It's gonna be, you know, like an SUV that's trying to be a sports car, and it really kind of breaks the mold of that stereotype because it is an SUV, but it also is a sports car. It handles like one and it goes like one too. You know, a little bit of, I mean, you even get a little bit of slip mid-corner and you can counter steer out of it. It's very, very progressive, and it's very, it's actually not understeery. That's the biggest thing that I'm surprised about, is that it's very, it's actually got a tendency to oversteer on turn-in. So you're kind of like turn in, you feel the back end come around, and you're like, oh, we need a little bit of counter steer here. We're good to go. And then just steer it straight again. It's very rare for a car of this type to have a characteristic like that. But this one, like I said, it breaks out of that general stereotype, and it does. And again, this is on power. That's full throttle. Full throttle, mid-corner, and it just grips. It doesn't understeer. It doesn't push. And it will rotate a little bit like you see right there. I'm very impressed and kind of blown away by what this thing can do. I really am. Now that we're out on the highway, let's see what it can do speed-wise. Into 5th at just over 140. Oh, nice RCF. Kind of wishing I had, like, the GTA cinematic cam right now. That'd be so cool. And come on, in 6th. And I know this is not going to be fully representative of a full build because we didn't fully build this thing. That's I keep stressing that because I want it to be, oh god, back it up. I wanted it to be a again, focused more on balance. I wanted this car to be kind of like, I wouldn't say like properly realistic, but it actually is if you think about it. We did a little bit of a power upgrade, a little bit of a suspension upgrade, and a braking upgrade. And we didn't go bonkers with it, we just kind of did a little bit in each area, and I feel like that really lends itself to a realistic style build, and honestly, I think it makes the car better because of it. It's not that it had a ton of power thrown at it, it's not that it had some massive engine swap thrown at it, it's just that it had a nice bit of power. We gave it a nice bit of power, we gave it a nice bit of handling, we gave it a nice bit of braking, and that's all it needed. That's really all it needed. It needed to be a great all-rounder, and that's what we gave it. That's what we gave it, the ability to do that. We got actually a really tight cornering section coming up that we can test this thing on. A little bit understeer there out of the corner, but not too bad. To the inside. Braking. Probably shouldn't have gone down to 1st for that. I was kind of worried the 2nd was going to be too low, and I shifted down to 1st and pulled the e-brake, and I was like, oh yeah, that's not right. Wow, when you pull the e-brake and slide it around a corner, it's so easy. It's not like some all-wheel drive cars that just kind of want to go straight when they're sideways. This thing, it wants to pull you around the corner, but at the same time, you've got the pull from the front end, but you've also got this push from the rear end of the car that's pushing the back end around, and it's just kind of, it's like this really manageable, really progressive slide, and it's actually really fun. And sure, it's not proper drifting, but at the same time, it's not, it's not, that it's not a lot of fun either. It's actually quite a fun car to start sliding around a little bit. I'm sure if you swapped it to rear-wheel drive, it'd be even more fun in that regard. But again, keeping in mind that I wanted this to be a very realistic build. Now let's get a little bit of a sound clip in the tunnel and see what it sounds like now with the race exhaust. And again, it's super clean launches. Really, really clean. But we're going to go ahead and pull over into this little parking area real quick. And go ahead and back into a parking space. Just, you know, again, being realistic. And stop. You know what? I love this thing. I really do. I love the way it looks. And I know a lot of people don't like this car, but I love the way it looks. I love the way it looks with this setup. I love the way it drives. And I can see it being a really good, just kind of like cruising around car. I really do like it. But if you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed this test and this build, then don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. And if you guys want to copy this build, feel free to do that. It's a lot of fun. And again, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.